More than 10,000 conservatives headed to Washington, D.C. last week to attend the annual Conservative Political Action Conference, or CPAC. Much of this year's conference focused on upcoming presidential elections, and a number of Republican candidates and high-profile right-wing commentators were invited to speak, including Mitt Romney, Rick Santorum, Newt Gingrich, Sarah Palin, Ann Coulter, and many others. Organized labor groups, Our DC, and Occupy DC participants staged a rally outside of the conference hotel on the same day that keynote speaker Governor Scott Walker delivered his speech, where he lauded his elimination of collective bargaining rights for public workers as a successful expression of popular taxpayer power.
Collective bargaining is not a right. Collective bargaining in the public sector Collective bargaining is not a right. In the public sector, collective bargaining is an expensive entitlement. You see, what we did was once and for all stand up and say, you know what, the taxpayers should actually have something to say in this debate, not just a handful of big government union bosses. We put the power back in the hands of the people.
Outside, demonstrators rallied against Walker and the conference, which they say are a threat to the working class and organized labor. Mike Golash of Occupy DC says it's clear why Walker was chosen as the keynote speaker for an event like CPAC.
Well, we think Scott Walker is setting an example for right-wing political leadership all across the country. He was able to eliminate collective bargaining rights of many workers, state employees in the state of Wisconsin. He was able to withstand an initial recall effort of state legislatures, and now they're trying to promote him to try and prevent his recall as a governor. They feel if they can be successful in that, they can roll back the rights that workers have fought since the end of the Second World War and state governments to achieve. So he is their hero, and they're trying to do everything they can promote his agenda.
Half of the conference attendees were college students, with CPAC aiming to mobilize young Republicans ahead of upcoming elections. Conference attendee Mike came down to the protest to talk with demonstrators.
There's about 50 or 60 folks out here. It's a good group. Actually, it's pretty cool because I'm seeing a lot of folks from the Occupy movement, a lot of union guys, but they're out here actually mingling with many folks who are attending CPAC, which is right up the hill there. So you got conservatives from the conference who are hanging out with union folks and Occupy demonstrators, just talking. It's very civil. It's actually quite nice.
Later on, the mood became considerably less cordial as tensions escalated between the demonstrators and conference attendees. Amber Jamil of National Nurses United says that many of the people at the conference and the policies they support are out of touch with common working people in the United States.
I think it really strikes me that the folks who are participating and leading CPAC do not represent America. And what is clear is that these folks are the folks who work very closely with and are oftentimes the 1% versus the 99% that is the rest of us. This 1% either are corporate, part of the corporate structure itself, or are the government officials who are working more in the interest of corporations than with Main Street America and working class people.
As former Republican candidate Sarah Palin was delivering the conference's closing remarks, a group of Occupy movement members who had managed to gain access began to mic check her and make a statement before being drowned out by the crowd. This is David Doherty with the Real News Network.